Authorization and docking code received and verified. Welcome, Starfinder, to Absolute Station.
Greetings and salutations, travelers, and welcome back to another episode of Dead Suns, the Starfinder adventure. Or as we like to lovingly call it, Adventures in Space! Welcome back. We have a few announcements before we get started off here, so we'll let those go through. Adam?
All right. So, first announcement, of course, we've got our Patreon stuff going on, and one of the announcements ties into that because there's only like this week left before we do our winter giveaway for the end of the year gift. And that's going to go to the only patron we have unless he gets some competition. So you guys can get in on that if you want to. We are going to be also doing a special giveaway game for when we hit 100 subscribers. So the faster that happens, the faster our GM that has never GM'd for us gets to GM for you, i.e. Kane. So
I still don't know
you
how
will
I'm
get to
gonna
have the
record
first.
best.
OBS is free, yo.
OBS is sweet.
So yeah, there is that available. If you want to have a game with us, make sure we get up to 100 subscribers, and then we will choose from our subscribers. So it'll be awesome. That's what I think. I mean, Kane's an awesome dude, so it's just bound to be awesome. I've seen the maps. It's like best game ever. I mean, I'm touting you up here, Kane. Am I right? Am I right? Is
Yes,
it like...
Yeah, you're an excellent wingman, Adam. I would do without you.
You've
I'm as
seen
good as Wade as a
Critical
wingman.
Role. Now watch Kane outdo them all.
Ooh, high bars. High bars.
No,
Kane.
too much pressure.
Cut that out. Cut that out. We don't want to
Hey.
broadcast it.
Greg done wingman you way out there. All right.
Now I can only
That's all the
disappoint
announcements
you.
that I have. That's all the announcements that I have and wanted to make sure we got out there. Also, check us out on all the social medias, as well as Black Dragon Gaming, of whom we have Tommy.
We do.
So-
What's up, guys?
And also, don't forget to check out the videos where we get Black Dragon Gaming and ourselves together to do weekly chats around the fireside or what have you about many different topics. I think this week's was the favorite CR2 to 4 monsters.
Where we yak for like 2 hours when it's supposed to be like a 30-minute to an hour thing. Yeah.
Man, I
Yeah,
wanna
well,
do
it's
that.
supposed to be 1 hour.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to cut down our honorable mentions to 2 apiece.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably going to have to cut the CRs down to, okay, we'll cover 5 and 6 next time, and then we'll cover 7 and 8. Because covering 3 CRs at one time, that worked in the
There's a
low
lot of
ones because
options.
you didn't have a lot of them.
Nah, we can
Yeah.
totally do 3 at a time. Just like rein it in with your secondaries.
Yeah.
But there's so many. There's so many good monsters.
I like goblins and orcs and bears. Oh my.
That's everything I got.
All right.
Just those
Fair
3.
enough.
You play a game with me, it's just gonna be goblins, orcs, and bears.
In the Canadian wilderness.
At least you know how to build your ranger.
True.
All right. Well, when last we left our adventurers in space, they had gotten back to Absalom Station. They had met a new android companion named 06, who is traveling alongside them, and basically discovered that they needed to go to another planet in order to discover what kind of is going on with that drift rock in and of itself. So they're making their way to Castrovel aboard their ship in search of the university that is on Castrovel in order to basically come up with an idea as to what's going on. Did I forget anything, guys? Anything you want to add in before we get going? I know it's been 2 weeks, but...
Yeah, we totally got the ship prepared at the station, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's all fixed up. We're good.
I think so. I mean, totally. Yeah, totally.
I'm pretty sure
We'll
that
see what ends up happening. We will see what happens when you get to Castrovel. If you get to Castrovel. I mean,
Made a quick little
What?
patch. I wrote down where we might be leaking if we took some damage. and we might have to fly a little bit on the tilt, but it's okay.
Hey, we've got engineer levels. We could do it. Patch stuff up.
Yes,
While in flight.
It's literally
add-
in the rules.
just add some glue, no problem.
All right. So you are still on your way to Casterville. You're coming up to the solar system itself through drift space. What you guys want to do?
Exit drift space.
Hide in the airlock.
No.
Why is that always your go-to?
Because I can fly in space and run. Should it explode?
Okay, so you do come out of drift space in the solar system itself, and in front of you, you do see a relatively green and blue planet in front of you. It appears to be quite lush with a large amount of water as well on the planet's surface itself. You do see some massive oceans on there, and the continents themselves are blanketed in vividly green forests. Are you guys going to make your way down to Kabarat, or are you hanging out here repairing the ship first, or?
Wow.
Why?
and, no,
Do you think?
I mean,
do you
how
think
much
we should do
ship
that?
repair can we really do out here?
Yeah, is there like a
a
convenient dry dock just hanging out somewhere we can park at?
Unfortunately, there is no space station circling this planet.
Oh,
Slouching.
Indeed.
it's okay. It's a pretty planet.
Pretty planet.
It is
It feels
beautiful.
pretty.
No.
We've done that already.
Computer,
I
could
was
you
seeing if anybody
scan?
could resist.
Could you scan for like landing zones or something?
You know I have a name, right?
Yes, and
It's not computer.
no. Why would I? No, I know it's not computer. I just want you, computer, do this.
Maybe if you use my name.
Now this is just rebellious. I don't even know what to say. Wade, could you come and scan the planet?
I don't think I know how to do that. Sophia is much better at it. Sophia, dear, would you mind handling that?
Yes, Sophia,
Oh,
if
of
you would,
course.
please.
Okay, make your computers roll.
Wade looks at Gon and says, "See, I handled it."
Yes, very good, Wade. I will hereby let you handle all the scannings.
Oh,
By
oh, oh, lovely. That would be a 32.
Well, you do scan, and you do see that Kabarat itself is a bit of a port, as it were. It would be a spaceport on the actual surface of the planet itself, where it does have landing zones and landing docks as part of the city's infrastructure.
Wait, looks to be sort of a space hub around the university itself.
Oh, that is very interesting. Do you know anything about that, 06?
Judging by the natural one culture check I rolled at the end of last session, probably not.
You've had a week to think on it. Don't sell
Yeah.
yourself short.
This one will make another culture check, and this one will see what he does or does not know about the place.
Leans over to Gon. What does he mean, culture check? Is that like a reference on the file system?
Yes, it could be something in his internal software thing, maybe.
Oh, you are. There you go. You always straighten me out on technology things, Gon.
All right. So with the role itself, again, it's one of those things where generally it's very similar to society to most. Basically, it's a research town. It's connected in large part to the research that is going on within on the planet's surface itself, due to the university being there. Let's see. It tends to be a little strict in its allowance of people leaving the city without proper documentation and without the proper channels having been addressed. You do have that it is an open carry city, so there's no issues in that regards. Yeah.
Well, my friends, the city, it is a town of learning, a center of great knowledge. However, we may have problems leaving it and exploring other parts of the planet. They are very strict after all as to who comes and goes. Fortunately, we will have no problem. And as I say this, I probably like look back at Rod if I can see him at all, or like wherever his like, or our entire like vast amounts of firepower, wherever it's
No, you
being
might be
stored on
able
the
to
ship.
see his feet. He's up in the turret bay again. We have a pattern of coming out of drift space into trouble.
Yeah, we do. Well, I'll just kind of look in the direction of his feet and just. Fortunately, we will have no problems carrying our firepower around the city. So if something should go amiss, I am sure we can handle it.
What's he looking at my feet for?
Because you shoot things, Rod.
They try to fucking
Yes,
eat
because
me
you
first.
shoot things.
That's my job. That's what I'm paid to shoot things.
You are very right.
Yes, and you are very good at shooting things, Rod. You're very good.
History would indicate that I'm much better at punching things.
I wish we could just tie you into a rope and just fling you out of the airlock and then you just punch the enemy ship, but no, that would not work.
Wade thinks to himself quietly.
Yeah, Wade could try that. That sounds like a Wade plan to me.
I did jump out of a moving spaceship before.
And that wasn't the best of your ideas, Wade, unfortunately.
No, it
I
was a
could
good
have
idea.
made it.
It was a good idea, but the pilot was not really in on the whole thing, I think.
Yeah, at least I didn't leave the pilot seat.
Well, someone had to fire up the engine so we could catch it. Anyway, I think we should go down there to the planet and enjoy the weather.
All right. So you're making your approach, and as you do so, over the comm systems, unidentified spacecraft approaching Gabarat. Please identify self.
This is the Gon rigs. No, wait. The Gon Maiden on the Sunrise Maiden.
So you're called Gon Maiden on. What's your ship name?
It is Sunrise Maiden.
Thank you, Sunrise Maiden. This is the Port Authority. Are you say your destination, purpose of entry into our system?
Yes, the university is our destination. We have Starfinder business.
All right. Leave docking pad C is open for you. If you'll take a land there, Port Authority officials will meet you upon exit.
All right, thank you very much.
So you make your way into the area itself, ending up landing on.
On Z.
Did
pad
you get her
C
name?
there.
Did you get their name, Gon? People love it when you say their name.
Whose name?
Oh, the landing official.
Isn't it
They
just
love it when you
automatic?
say their name.
Is it not just automatic response?
Oh, I don't know. Do they have one here? They don't
don't
at
know.
Absalom Station. That would be surprising.
They weren't very enthusiastic, so I thought, no, probably not a person.
Oh,
Why would anyone be enthusiastic to talk to you?
But oh, I don't know.
Sophia laughs at this a little bit.
06 will do the
I
same.
am always enthusiastic to talk to my buddy Gon. He is my rat bastard. A good rat bastard.
Yes, it is good to talk to you too. Wait.
By the way, we are out of milk and ice cream.
Is Yudah still watching Spaceball in the holodeck? You playing Xbox in there? What's going on?
Sitting there
That's
in like,
weird.
so we have like a nice badlands atmosphere he's had in there for a bit. Makes him think of a world long gone. He's sitting there in full lotus with one hand like this and two hands out to the side. His head is lulled over and he's just been drooling on himself, snoring for the better part of the last like 6 or 7 hours.
Okay, so yeah, you land at docking bay C there, the pad there, and yeah, are you guys exiting? How do you guys want to do this? Which exit are you using? Are you using your cargo bay? Are you using your airlocks?
So many options.
Well, we're going to have to eventually open the cargo bay to get the robot out of it, packed up nicely in there.
Oh yeah, we did create that.
Perhaps we could ask them for like a hover gurney or something like that. Not a
How do we
gurney,
not
a-
have one? Is what
Yeah,
I'm.
How do we have not have a hover dolly?
Where's our mule? Huh?
He's right there.
Do you guys think I won?
It didn't come with the ship.
I'm pretty sure we can rent one from the rent or just use one from the station.
Rent.
Rent. Are we ever coming back to Castroville in this AP? No.
Gon goes up to 06. Right, newbie, listen. No more playing around now. When we go out that gate, it is mission time.
Of course.
It is important that you do your part. Otherwise, we cannot vouch for you to be Starfinder.
Worry not, my small friend. I shall do my part. And I would say all this to Ysoki.
Sophia mumbles something about regretting vouching for Gon, but not too loud.
All right, that is good. And don't wander off, just disappearing.
Of course not.
All right, that is good. All right, is everyone ready?
This one is prepared.
Ready as I gotta be.
Yeah, man. I don't know what we're doing, but I'm ready to go.
How fast can you get that gate open, Gon?
There's a brick of C4 in my room I need.
All right, so you guys go to open the airlocks, I guess, and go from there.
Sounds like a plan.
You exit out into the city itself, onto the docking pad there. In front of you, you do see the docking authority coming up to meet you.
Do our comms still work here? Just asking.
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. Didn't know if I need to sneak in a new burner phone or not.
Damn SIM card. So yeah, no, you come up. All right. I'm just going to need you to fill this out for me. Anybody have passports, travel papers, cargo manifests? Are you bringing any fruits, vegetables, or animals into the port?
We're bringing Rod.
Rod has his mercenary paperwork as well as assumably a manifest from Chiscus pertaining to the robot.
Right.
It just shows a Starfinder authentication portion. Here you are, sir. What is your name?
Really don't have time for this shit. My name's Rick.
Hello, Rick. It is good to meet you. You seem to be having a hard day.
I got woken up by your ship coming in. We don't normally get a lot of visitors. Yeah, not usually outside of the normal delivery times. I was enjoying a nap.
Oh, I apologize. I never
sure
like
you
it when
could
my
get late.
naps are interrupted.
Perhaps you can have like the times where you're not sleeping, where there's like things happening, and so we can try and then match those. And next time we come when you are up and happy.
Does he have a collar?
Oh, Lord, I wish.
All right. I need you to fill out this information here: name, date of birth, planet of origin, name of ship, as well as affiliations on here for your travel papers. This will give you access to the city.
Wade looks at his. Sophia, dear, would you mind taking care of this for me?
Are you afraid to fill out your real information, or?
No.
Stance motive.
Yeah, Rod fills out all his information. He assumes anybody is going to give him shit for being who he is already knows who he is.
Yudah hands him a crinkled up piece of paper from the Starfinder Society with his name on it and a photo of him when he was an adolescent.
Oh, so just like your real passport.
That says, I'm kind of like a pilgrim. Don't worry. Everywhere I go, nothing but good things happen.
As he collects the papers, he sends those who have completed their papers inside the building that leads through the port itself.
Sophia, dear, I will give you 10 credits if you go ahead and fill this out for me.
She shrugs and fills out Wade and her's paperwork.
Okay.
Thank you. You are very sweet.
Okay. As you pass through you're ushered through to a line where you see your general customs agent sitting behind a desk collecting these papers. Each individually you walk up, asks for your papers, asks you to place your hand on the biometric scanner.
Rod, you can tell Rod's done this a lot.
Because he doesn't have fingerprints, or?
He burned them off.
No, that would be Wade more likely.
I didn't know Sarcesians have fingerprints.
I don't know.
So thankfully, this isn't a palm scanner. This is a biometric scanner. There are differences.
Well, it's in my backstory. I have never been arrested, so.
Oh, yeah, that's perfectly good. Each of you put your palm on, and you feel the slight injection as it takes a sample of your DNA. The person behind registration purposes keeps you going through to the just outside the port there, and in front of you, you do see a male Damia Lashunta rather, waiting outside with a sign, Starfinder.
I suppose that's us.
Kind of think like one of those guys in the middle of an airport just holding up a sign, either from a taxi company or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. They didn't give him a sign; he had to make one out of corrugated cardboard.
Sophia rushes up to him. Oh, you must be from the university, correct?
Yes. My name is Waylo-san. And this is the gentleman that will be in front of you with the antenna sort of going along. It's basically, you see him and he almost seems gaunt, the way he's built, very tall and thin. And it appears to his clothing appears to be a blend of local silks and very odd pairings of clothing. But it seems to work in terms of he's looking to be this image. Definitely seems excited to see you. Yes, if you follow me, let me get us a taxi. It ends up hailing a taxi there. Just bear with me 1 second here.
Wade pays you your 10 credits.
Sophia will politely decline.
Oh, Sophia, dear, you are just a star gem.
I'll take those 10 credits.
It's okay, Wade. I understand.
Thank you.
No, falsifying paperwork is a galactic offense.
Who said she falsified anything? She just filled it out.
If it's not filled out by the person the paperwork's for, it's falsified.
That is true.
That's just how it works. You don't know how it works there.
Okay, and as you're traveling through, you do see that this is very much of a city built sort of central to the forest and the exterior, but it's almost a very interesting dichotomy between technology and nature. He ends up hailing a cab, pulls you into the cab itself as you make your way towards the university. We will get you there, and we'll make sure that you see the professor.
Make sure you get the... Is there any way we can transport a rather large robot from the ship to the university for study?
Well, I'm certain if you talk to the professor that we can find somebody who would be interested in it, but they would have to take a look at it. Then it has to go through customs, and there's potentially tariffs.
How about we skip customs? What?
Oh!
Why would we skip customs?
It's a bad idea on an open carry planet.
I thought you would get more money if you skip customs. That was all.
But then we can't officially research it and get grants based on that research.
That is not my problem.
Don't mind him. He's a pain in the ass.
Waylos, were you... was Waylos the one we were sent to meet ahead of time?
He's the one that was sent to meet you and bring you to the
meet us,
university.
but were we sent to meet him? Was he the researcher we were supposed to meet who's working on his doctorate?
Yes, this is the one who's
working on his
doing
doctorate.
To the university.
Waylos, I'm sure you would be interested in the robot as it was from the drift rock itself. It seems to be tied to the technology that was there.
Well, that's absolutely lovely. That kind of is not my specialty. I'm working on my doctorate in xenolinguistics and how the morphology of language has occurred throughout the eons based upon location and what have you.
Wade's eyes roll.
We have 06 and I prepared notes ahead of time for you so that we didn't have to, just so it'd be easier.
Explain it.
For which?
All of it. Everything we found on the Drift Rock, including the linguistics, the computers we found, the languages that were on them.
I'm a PhD candidate. I am not the doctor, the professor you're meeting. I think there may have been a bit of confusion on your end. I am just a contact to get you into the university.
Oh,
I am very low level. I'm a PhD candidate. That is all. I work under the professor.
I'm sorry. I thought you were the one who we were supposed to hand this information off to. I thought you would be interested as part of your research for the PhD.
No. You're thinking about Professor Muhali. She is the one that you're
yes,
likely
that name does ring a bell.
dealing with. I'm just one of her PhD candidate students.
You can say
Don't
your answer.
worry, Walos. She always thinks the best of people.
Yeah, we've been locked in the ship for the past week, so it's
All I can smell is these guys.
All I can taste is these guys.
That's gross.
yeah, that beleggers other questions.
I told you to brush your teeth better.
Okay.
Sophia's checking her metal bits for bite marks.
I'm checking my teeth for tongue marks. What the fuck does that mean?
Anyways, as you make your way towards the university, you do notice that there is a large throng of people outside the university trying to push in. The taxi takes you in behind to a rear entrance and way less. I'm not 100% certain what that's about, but we have to speak with receptionist first. Let me take you there, okay?
Thank you.
And you make your way into the building through the back entrance, leads you towards where the reception is, and you do see the lobby is basically jam-packed with a bunch of journalists who are insistently trying to convince the receptionist to let them upstairs.
I wonder if this has to do with us.
Wait, lost. I'm not 100% certain. I haven't heard anything as of yet. But you have to talk to him before we can get you upstairs to see the professor.
Don't worry, Sylvia. I'm sure we'll get priority treatment. He says, tapping one of the very large guns strapped to his thigh.
Okay. What do you want to do? You see the journalists are literally trying to pester this receptionist into letting them upstairs, nonstop talking at him, and he's sitting there, his antenna twitching back and forth, nervously.
It's about this.
I'm just gonna haul one of them out of the way.
It's about this time that Theo's head pops up. He comes back online, looks around. Oh, good. Everyone's still here.
Wade looks down. What? Oh, Theo, I am so glad that you are back. Did you know that Sophia was possessed the whole time you were gone? She was acting very strangely.
No, she was not possessed. She was just excited. How shall we put it?
Wade just
And he turns to the android 06, looks at him and goes, "Who might you be?" Theo taps something in there. Goes, "Oh, you must be 06.
Of course, Theo. This one's designation is 06, and it is so wonderful to meet you. And I'd reach to shake your hand and then think better of it because I'm talking to the android on your wrist. I think, right? Is that not the case?
It's AI, but yes.
Okay. So I'll just politely bow.
Okay. So Rod, as you go to
Yeah, as I'm about to be in the process of manhandling these reporters, I want to look back at the androids and go, "Hey, nerds, are you interested or what?"
So you rip this one back, and the rest of the reporters start to take your picture. You're a manhandling reporter. We have our justification for being here. Who are you? What's your name? What are you doing here? No.
Sophia takes this
Some of
time
my
to go
friends
around
have
towards
business
the
here.
desk while they're distracted with Rod.
I'm Yudah.
Wade puts his hand over his mouth and guides him closer over towards Sophia.
We have an appointment.
And the receptionist, I'm very sorry. I can't I can't even deal with this right now. I am trying to get this under control. I sincerely apologize. I can't. I just can't until this is done. If you give me a few minutes, the dean's supposed to come deal with these people. I hope soon.
Do you want me to shoot him?
We're with the Starfinder Society. What's going on?
Basically, there's been some issues within the university that has just led to an uproar of interest from the media. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't talk about it right now. I apologize. Okay, guys, come on. Now, I can't let you upstairs. You know this. I can't. And they go back to these reporters trying to basically bully this kid into letting them upstairs.
Sophia's gonna ask one of the reporters what's going on, or Theo, I should say. Excuse me.
If you want to try to do that, that's I will say make a diplomacy check.
Okay. Good thing I have Theo's stuff written down somewhere. That's a great big 4.
If you don't know, I have no idea why you're here or why your paper sent you here. Get out of here. You're just in the way. We're trying to get the scoop here. Get out.
Wade will lean down to 06 and say, I wonder what the penalty, he'll say it so they can hear. I wonder what the penalty is for unlawful trespass is here. Do they have laws not against loitering?
Yes, this one does wonder. And I'm going to make an intimidate check.
Hey, how are you trying to intimidate them?
To try to I'm not drawing my weapons or anything crazy like that. I'm just wondering out loud, charismatically, what the penalty, what Wade is saying for loitering and being terrible people, essentially. More or less, I'm just trying to get their attention.
Trespassing, you said.
You got their attention to a certain extent, and you see what I'm saying. We have the right to be here. We have press credentials. What are you doing here, and why do you think you're trying to threaten us?
Well, you see, this one and this one's compatriots represent the Starfinder Society. We are here on important business. And
as you say, Starfinder Society, they start writing down notes.
I'm going to roll a diplomacy, dear Yudah. That's a modified 18.
Okay.
And he's going to say, hey, guys, come on now. We're just here to see a professor. We're going to go have a nice chat. We're going to work out our affairs, and then we'll be on our way. We're not trying to cause any trouble.
If you're allowed to go up there, we're going up there with you.
Go right ahead. I can't imagine we're keeping many secrets here.
Well, we ain't speaking to the dean.
If they're and they turn back, if they're allowed up, we're going up. You can't stop us.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I could stop at least 3 or 4 of you by myself.
Sounds like we're at an accord, aren't we, Rod? We're at an accord, and we're all going to go, and we're all going to have a nice conversation. I hope you guys brought tea for all of us.
I feel like we've reached the part of the conversation where Rod rolls diplomacy, and nobody really likes when that happens.
Are you intimidating? Are you trying to what are you guys trying to do?
I'm trying to get it so that they at least disarm a little bit before we go on our way back up to see the professor.
I have a question. Is there a garden or just a patch of grass?
Outside of the building, yes.
After being poked by Wade, he'll unplug his computer and just go and roll around in the grass, picking it up and pulling flowers and stuff.
Okay.
That's awesome.
For any particular purpose or just cause?
I kind of want to go do that too.
He hasn't seen grass maybe ever. So, scientific purpose?
Sure.
Wade is somewhat fascinated by this new development, but does not understand the fascination with grass.
You just get to disengage with these guys and go sit in the grass too until we're good to go.
Okay, so you're just going to sort of peaceably wait it out?
Yeah, Rod's too busy arguing with these reporters. He doesn't see any of that.
Okay. Fair enough. So there you go. And so you're going to try to intimidate them?
No, I think you missed my meaning when I said Rod rolls diplomacy. I don't have diplomacy.
He has grenades.
He has diplomacy and intimidate.
That's why I'm sitting over there now.
Fair enough. How would you like to roll this diplomacy?
Well, since even against these reporters aren't wearing armor, a grapple might actually be humanly possible.
Sophia is going to tap Rod on the shoulder, tell him that we're going to wait outside in the grass.
Can I just hit one?
Wade leans down to Rod's ear and simply whispers, if we reflect too badly on the society, we get fired. No job, no cash.
Uh-huh. The one he's got by the collar, he just sort of shoves back into the crowd and walks out.
Okay,
I'll follow him.
fair enough.
This blows.
After rolling around in the grass for a couple of minutes, Yudah, what's going on?
With me? Like in life, or just?
No. Why are we here?
Alright.
Just lollygagging.
Oh well, I'm waiting for them to stop arguing with reporters who are they're like the junk mail of society. And so sometimes you gotta stop looking at the junk mail, and you gotta get just right down to the bills, because that's the job you need to do. But we can't conceivably do anything until they're done arguing with the reporters, which is why I'm
Why?
here enjoying this grass with you.
It is wonderful. I smell like grass now.
I think it's a great smell. You don't get used to it a lot once you're in space.
It's
you know,
better
personal
than smell
grass.
like rod.
That's true. Or engine fluid.
Well, better than rod.
That's true.
It's about that time that Sophia gets out there.
Why are we
Sophia,
not getting
argue.
anywhere? Why do we have to argue? Why do we always have to argue?
I think we should all play drums and sing.
We did not fly through drift space to play drums and sing.
No, but it certainly passed the time.
Which floor are we going to?
Top, I bet.
What floor are we going to, Walos?
He's not with you.
Oh, he left us?
He disappeared.
nice. Good job, Walos. Thanks, man.
He probably continued on thinking we'd follow.
He
No,
paid for the
he
cab.
dropped you at the he
Okay.
dropped you at the reception area
Left.
and left you guys to
I'm
make
not
the
getting
appointment with
this.
the receptionist.
Oh boy,
This is...
the appointment with the receptionist. Great.
We could always just sneak in.
Indeed, we
Yes,
could.
but which floor?
Hey, Gon, you want to just go straight in there and see if we can find her? Or him, the
Does-
professor?
Yes,
Let's do it.
but we need to know which floor.
That's true. I'm gonna walk in.
Once we're in and away from the reporters, I'm not sure it will matter.
Well, I mean,
We can find her.
I could lob a smoke grenade in there.
I'm gonna lean over to Gon or to Rod. I'm gonna say, "What's the professor's name?"
I don't remember.
It's all right. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Sophia, what's the professor's name? Calls it out the door, I guess.
Greg said it a little while ago, but I neglected to write it down.
Our note taker didn't write it down. Now we don't even know what we're saying.
Professor Muhali.
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 Oh, you're so kind. I would have made you guys think about it.
All right. Is that Muhali with an M or Ruhali with an R?
Like Muhammad Ali, but without the middle bit.
Got it. Love it. All right. He's gonna head in. He's gonna go over to the receptionist. He's gonna say, "Excuse me, on which floor is Dr.
And
Muhali's place?"
they're still fighting,
It's
and you hear the
just
receptionists
The whole place is utter
yelling.
chaos. Utter
right
chaos.
as of right now. Yep,
All right. I'm just gonna. Is there a staircase nearby or an elevators that are?
there are security doors,
Oh, security. Great. And that's my favorite.
which is
part
why
of
the
space.
reporters haven't been able to go
So
further
the-
into.
This is one hell of a
They're
pickle.
like a listing.
I didn't realize this was as briny of a situation.
I just
Hmm.
need to know
Is
the
there like
floor.
a listing that they have for, like Professor So and So, A1, floor 1, suite.
Well,
A
you
or
know what you
whatever.
could do is if you climb up to a window on a higher floor, break your way in, hack the security doors on the elevator, you could send down an elevator for us. All we have to do is stop the
That's what we
reporters
need.
from getting in.
That's the kind of plans we need, man. Let's do it right now.
You
Who
know
here
who
is great
we
at
should
plans?
let do. You know who we should
hell?
let do that. We should let the newbie do that," says Wade.
I think we should let Gon do it since he's got crazy gecko hands.
You're just gonna go newbie. He's gonna count us. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No. Wade is right. Wade is right. We need new guy to prove he can do something useful. New guy,
06
we
would-
need to get in and leave reporters here. Fix it. You have 5
06
minutes.
would take this opportunity to tap the jump jets that are on his back. Real quick, this is probably a little too harebrained, but I'm gonna roll a culture check, I guess would be the check. I wanna know, if these reporters are doing anything on Castrovel that is illegal.
It's not illegal, but it is frowned upon. Usually, security services on private organizations would escort these people off the location.
They just happen to not be here.
They are either indisposed as of right now with something else, or they're just not available as of right now.
All right. Does the city have some kind of like organized police force I can call?
Well, they do have a security force on in Kabbat itself. Yes.
Okay. So that is what I'm going to try to do first. I'm going to try to call the cops on these guys and see if we can't break it up peacefully. I guess a comm unit can pull that off.
While we're waiting on the police to get here,
4 minutes, 30 seconds.
Scope out the sides to see if there's a way.
So you're trying to give them the local.
I'm going to call the cops and see if we can break it up that way.
I mean, do you have to call them on the non-emergency line?
Unless you're gonna
if
burn
that's the
your phone
case,
down.
Yell really loud.
we'll be here for about 4.5 hours.
That is true. Can I call them on the emergency line?
You can certainly try.
All right, then
You
I
can-
would like to do that.
Oh
There
boy.
goes one of Wade's burner phones.
912. What's the emergency?
Yes, I represent
Do you
the
need police,
Starfinder
fire, or
Society.
ambulance?
Police, the university, there are riots.
Rioting. I can hear it.
We represent the Starfinder Society, and as I'm like saying this, I'm gonna walk back. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk smartly. I'm gonna make a stealth check and try to like slip into the room where those reporters are, and see if I want them to be able to hear the reporters fussing over the phone without the reporters seeing me.
Okay. You make your way in.
I represent the Starfinder Society. My associates and I, we have come with information the likes of which has not been seen in the Pact Worlds, and we must speak with. I remember the name of the professor. We must speak with the
Muhali.
professor. Thank you,
Muhali.
Professor Muhali. But we cannot access anywhere in the university because these reporters are borderline rioting, and if someone doesn't come break this up immediately, this one worries that a terrible situation might erupt. Please, if you would hurry.
First of all, you obviously have not dealt with reporters very much, have you?
I say nothing.
Second of all, I fail to see how this is an emergency, and using an emergency line and tying it up for non-emergency purposes is not recommended. I suggest you call the non-emergency line or face potential repercussions. Click.
Are there glass windows? Damn it. It's like, let's just start smashing windows. They're breaking property now.
All right, you've got
Wait.
3 minutes. New guy, 3 minutes.
All right, I'm gonna.
They hang up on you?
They hung up on me. I'm gonna using that stealth check. Can I slip out front?
You're still stealth, yeah. You're still
Okay.
trying to use that stealth check.
All right, so I'm gonna make a
Right.
perception check, and I want to see
Sure.
if there's anything. I want to try to cause a distraction, not necessarily blow a car up, but something along those lines, just to get everyone to
wanna
mass
blow a
exodus
car
out
up.
the front
Do I
door,
want to blow a car up?
Not a car, but maybe like a scooter
like a moped.
or something.
It's Casterville,
Okay,
man.
so
If we throw anything at this place, it's gonna be crawling with G-Men.
Number of parties here, but out of our plans of break in and hack an elevator and explode a car in an act of domestic terrorism, I feel like maybe my plan is a little simpler.
I like the word hack. It makes me think your plan's got brains.
Yes, Rod, but you're missing the point. New guy needs to fix our problem. This is
Well,
mission.
you guys, as Wade so mentioned earlier, gonna get us fired.
I am
Really
not associated with him. I am Starfinder. He's not Starfinder.
While you guys just determine this for just give me about 2-3 minutes. I just gotta quickly feed my cats. I'll be right back.
Wade's looking
I
somewhat
think-
entertained, but he's getting concerned with the idea of blowing up machinery.
No, I
Why
said
don't we
not go
all-
as far as to do that. Now I don't actually want to just start blowing shit up.
We're all
This is
able.
the first thing that comes to mind.
Why don't we all just climb up there and then take the stairs?
That's what Wade was like. Yeah, let's do
Just
that.
find an open window.
Let's break in.
Surely
Wade's
it'll be
like,
that
let's
simple.
break in. And even if we have to let a rope down or something, we break in. People climb in. You can hack the security from the outside, I'm sure. I'm sure there's ports.
Utilize back down on the grass. He starts making snow dragonflies.
It would be, wouldn't it? Be
Because he's got so many arms.
They're like a snow seraphim.
Well, he'd have to have,
Exactly.
he'd have to have a set on his feet for that. Or
Yeah.
just-
Oh,
getting technical about it, you know?
What are you gonna do? Hit me with that fish?
We could have been buying fish. I'm just
I was
saying.
gonna say
All right.
that. Oh, you beat me to
Who
it.
here wants to put their hand up and volunteer to climb up the thing? I think that the new fella, he seems very capable. He could probably do it.
New
I
guy
don't
also
know
has a jetpack, so
But that would be good if you can do that without drawing attention. Like we'll be
Yeah.
fine. And if you need us to make a distraction, that's like my number one thing. I'm really strong.
We don't let Yudah make distractions anymore.
Is there any kind of vehicle I can flip nearby? Because I'll just go flip one of those.
we're not gonna
How
blow
do-
cars up, but flipping them is apparently still on the table.
Why don't we just go blow up a car?
Yeah.
I just feel like we're really overcomplicating this whole situation.
All right,
Welcome to Starfinder. Welcome to tabletop
All
All we have
role-playing
to do
games.
is
go to the side of the building and shoot straight up in the air right now. And hopefully there's a window up there.
Greg, do I see anything that I could use outside to surreptitiously cause a distraction? Again, not trying to blow up a car, but just something big enough to get all these reporters
Just
to run
some
outside.
poor grad student's moped, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's working 2 jobs to go through college, and we just blow up his moped. Now he has
Barely
walk
able to
school
scrape
every day.
together the funds to buy said moped and put fuel in it.
And you know what? You know what the brand of the moped is? Cabbages.
That's a terrible.
Got a little emblem on the side and everything.
Do we need a big of a distraction? Or
apostrophe
should
S,
you just
though.
go for it? Who's watching us right now? Is anyone like security guy in the
You-
corner giving us?
So you do see all of the vehicles that the reporters would have brought with them to get to the location.
Wade is
Alright.
suddenly
You
willing
have-
to blow up a
you know,
car.
You have QTV, you have QCTV, you've got CTV.
They're all
everywhere.
here. Everyone's here.
All right, so I'm gonna roll a bluff check to. I don't know exactly how I want to flavor it. Again, not trying to blow anything up, but I want to try to cause a distraction, and I'm gonna make a bluff check to do so. Shit!
Oh my!
Quick, someone vote that I get a
Wait,
hero
what?
point. The car
I
blows
don't, I
up.
don't have hero points.
Oh,
Everyone, look!
shit.
Hot scoop.
Don, just climb up the side of the building, please. I'm asking you, please.
You have 2 minutes.
Does anything terrible happen to me?
Well, what did you try to bluff? What did you try to do?
I just shit. Now I guess I have to pick something, don't I? I am just gonna. I hate myself. I'm gonna try to make it seem like somebody's trying to steal the car, and get ready to roll that stealth check to.
Yeah, but you
GTFO.
now won the bluff check on someone's
Yeah, I
stealing
know.
your car, so they come out and you're actually trying to steal his car.
There's glass like sticking out of my elbow from where I tried to break the window. Just someone broke into your car. Blood drips all over like the carpet or whatever. Stealth check, get out of there.
So basically, it's like you run in. Somebody's trying to steal your car. They look out. They look at you. They look out. It's right there.
Right in front of the building.
Starfinder Society going crazy.
Is everybody writing this, or is it just one
They're
person?
They need a hot scoop.
Because I don't know how many
Hot
sleight of
scoop.
hands it's gonna take to make me have to like go through and pick everybody's pockets together.
What if I go? What if I
How
flank
fast
around to
is
the
news?
far side of the reporters, and then I scream, "I have spoken with the dean. I have a message for you guys."
While he's doing that, I'm gonna
Drop
try to like
yours.
stealth back, and I'm gonna use my jump jets and go up the building if I
Okay,
can.
so I want you
Jesus
to
Christ,
roll.
finally.
I would like you to roll a bluff.
Myself?
My God.
Now, I'm trying to remember here. Did you say anything to them about being from Starfinder initially?
I said that
when
we
we-
represented them.
To be honest, yes. 006 said, "Hey, we're from the Starfinder Society. We're here to see a professor. Why don't you let us in?"
I'm more referring to Yudah specifically.
No, well, it depends really on if they saw me on the initial grouping. I didn't really go up to the front or be part of that conversation
Okay.
with them. The only time
I
I've
know
talked to
you tried
anybody
to-
really was intro customs when I gave them the crinkled Starfinder thing.
And I also know you tried to diplomacy with them briefly as to
Yes.
getting
I
them
tried-
to
Can
move
I
on.
find this? When I find this professor, can you guys go away? Yeah.
So okay, fair enough.
Nevertheless,
So-
I've got a modified 16 bluff to say I've spoken with the dean. He has a message for you.
And you get a resounding, but you didn't come out of the elevators. How did you speak to the dean?
We spoke with him
Yudah is
several
the
hours
prophet of the
before.
dean.
I was only looking to find a professor in there. He given me an okay that I can give one press release, but we need to be sparing with the
How
amount of
did-
information right now.
How did they get in? And you see them turn back to the receptionist and start yelling at the receptionist for letting you in, but he's not letting them in.
Okay, I hope 06 has used that jetpack. Go use that jetpack.
I am doing my best to do so. Yeah.
I feel like they won't care at this point. Like,
Yeah.
you just go up there.
So I'm
they'll
just gonna dip around to a quiet corner of the building where maybe there might be an open window and just 20 feet up.
60 seconds. You can do that in 60 seconds.
Somebody make a computer check to reset his clock.
Boop, 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 boop. I cannot do that. He's not technologically savvy.
But is there such an open window, Greg?
You're looking for an open window?
Yeah, somewhere up where I can jump jets my way up, outside.
As far as you can tell, it is a solid sheet of either they're solid windows themselves that do not necessarily open.
All right.
Sophia's gonna look at Yudah and ask him, how quickly does news travel? Do you think they heard about the drift rock yet?
Oh, I can't imagine. I dare say they're all caught up with their own story. Really, it depends on whatever started that's making them all try to get to the dean. If not, then they may have heard.
I'm gonna return to the group and just looking at Gon. Just, my friend, this one fears there is no vertical way of entering this building. The windows, they have no means of opening. Thus, your plan, this one feels it may not work. We must come up with something else.
It's not my plan. It's your plan. You're fixing, right?
How long do you think an assault sentence is on Castrovel? Because I could just start beating the crap out of reporters.
See, that was my first suggestion. You got any glass cutters
I
done?
know. I'm sorry we gave you hell because I'm starting to think it's a great idea.
Just sick the full babs on them.
A bigger scoop. I mean, if they don't know about the drift rock yet, they might be falling behind in their stories. Maybe this is I don't know, small planet news thing where they don't have much exciting to report on and they just haven't heard yet.
Show them something spectacular.
Because, I mean, I've already got a crap reputation.
They need a scoop.
Well, new guy, you have 25 seconds if you want the last try. And then we'll take
This
over.
one shall humbly follow your lead, little one.
All right. I see how it is.
Probably still picking glass out of his forearm.
All right, come here.
How
You
does this
bleed?
building? How does
I
this
don't know how
building
this
look
works
like?
with androids.
Sorry, pardon?
How does this building look like?
So it's an eight-story building. The lobby itself is mostly glass on the outside, but then you see what looks like mostly cement has been used to basically build this structure. It looks like a research facility. Those university research buildings that are mostly cement and not all that nice to look at.
There are no open windows, on any floor.
From what you can tell, they all appear to be recessed in the cement itself.
Is there Wi-Fi? Is there a
There's
hotspot?
about to be an open window.
Because the research facility has unprotected Wi-Fi just hanging out.
Yeah, it's got Wi-Fi.
Doesn't have to be unprotected.
Is there I would like to try and get a blueprint of the building,
Okay,
like a
you're
fire.
currently on guest.
Yeah, like a fire, in case of fire or something.
All right, make a computers check.
It's a 27.
Fair enough. What's the hardness of your computer?
It's a level 1. So I don't know.
Not that hard.
Who's shooting my computer?
Can I?
'Cause I'm just on the Wi-Fi.
He's wanting like a
you're right.
fire
Yeah,
escape plan.
Sorry, that's fine. I was misreading that one portion of it. Yeah, no, you do not gain access
To the Wi-Fi.
You're on the Wi-Fi. You don't gain access to any further information. You're on the guest network.
And you have to go to the and get the password to get like a better login, and that's the problem. We can't get to see the receptionist because
And there's no back door. I tried to walk a perimeter to see.
No, you guys came in through a back door, but it all leads to the reception area itself. So the actual university building itself is a secure building. So you have the security doors behind reception that lead into the actual research areas.
Does the professor know we're coming?
yeah,
I don't remember.
kinda.
Then this one
Not
might
not
humbly
entirely.
suggest-
The whole idea was that you guys needed to make an appointment with the professor.
Well, there goes sending her an email and having her meet us at like a coffee shop or something.
Wade looks up her contact information on Giggle.
Okay.
On Spacebook.
Yeah, Facebook. Tries to look her up on Facebook and Giggle, and calls her phone, or the phone that's available for it.
Okay.
Gon will scale the building where no one is watching.
So you're calling through. It goes to voicemail. Hi, yes, you've reached Professor Muralin of the University of Kabat. I'm not currently available to take your call right now because I'm in meetings all day. If you please leave your name, number, and a brief message, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. Bye. Beep.
Hello, Miss Professor. This is Gon Wade of the Starfinder Society calling. Would you be so kind as to open your window or return this call, whichever is more convenient? Thank you. This is the number. Goodbye. Click. He gives a number and then goodbye. Click.
And now we play the waiting game.
No, we don't. We tell Yudah to try telling them about the drift rock. I mean, all they need is a bigger scoop, right? Maybe they haven't heard of that one yet.
They might not think it's as big of a scoop because they all seem pretty intent on whatever scoop they're going after. Tiger.
Maybe, but it's worth a shot.
So, Gon, you're scaling the cement exterior.
Yeah, he's walking up the wall.
Okay. So you're making your way up the wall, and you do see that basically it's solid panes of glass inside the actual cement recesses as you continue your way up. And what you're mostly seeing are hallways.
Boring. Ugh, boring. And he tries to make it to the top.
Okay. You're on the top of the roof itself.
Is there a door? A hatch? A fire escape?
There is a fire, like there is a hatch or a door rather to the roof itself. Yeah.
I will examine it for traps or
Okay.
things like that.
Make a perception check.
There are no traps. It's okay.
No.
Yeah.
And he tries if it's locked or not.
It is locked.
And he tries to, like, I guess it's
Because there doesn't appear to be an actual handle on this side. It's like one of those.
Blow a fucking
it's like
hole
one of
through
those normal like rooftop ones that's got like that little handle or whatever it is. It's like not an actual doorknob.
Is there a time constraint on this?
yes, my patience.
Fuck it, let's just come back tomorrow.
Well, now it's a matter of pride. He wants in, man.
Hey. Like, can I unscrew it or something? Can I just
You got tools.
Just take the hinges off and throw it.
can I just disassemble this door?
Make an engineering check.
It's a 28.
Okay. You're fairly certain with a bit of leverage and a bit of work you can get this door off.
These are 1/4-inch half-barrel pinches.
Ooh, hey.
It's a matter of leverage.
Do I have any tools for that?
Just your engineering tools.
That's your engineering tools.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean for leverage.
I'm sure you have a screwdriver, a solder of
spanner.
some kind.
Yeah.
Crowbar.
Maybe even like a dagger.
You figure it's probably going to take you about 20 minutes to get in.
That's fine.
It's 20 minutes to do that, or it's 20 minutes to stand down there and hear the reporters argue.
And I only had 5 minutes.
In the meantime, the Sophia is going to look up on Google to see why these reporters are even here in the first place. Like,
It's not Google, it's Giggle. We don't want to
Giggle,
get sued.
Giggle. Yeah, Giggle on Giggle. She's gonna Giggle it.
Okay.
News University, and then filter by past 24 hours or past week if that doesn't turn anything up.
Rod looks it up too, but he's one of those weird people that uses bong.
Bong.
Wade will ladder his way up using the windows as step ladders to get up there.
That's 23 to figure out what happened.
It's for computers or culture?
Computers.
Okay, and I need you to make a culture check as well in this case.
Oh man, I don't have that. The best I can get is a 10. Here we go. Well, that's a 10.
Okay,
I was we'll see what Sophie's doing and go over there and try to culture check.
That's fair enough. As long as basically it's as long as you weren't getting a really crappy roll.
Like 06 did.
Yeah. Not my day.
Pretty much.
You got an 11. You can't crit fail skills.
Yeah, you can't.
So basically what you can tell is that there appears to have been a very controversial lecture that has occurred. Details are still forthcoming, which is why they are all there.
Oh, so look at Yudah. Go something about some kind of controversial lecture. I don't know what exactly is going on, but
Well, maybe we could ask one of the fine reporters. I'm sure they'll give us a non-spazzy answer.
I tried that already.
Yeah? Well, it's
Didn't go so well.
Is there any of them who are kind of at the back of the crowd who aren't trying to actively push to the front of the crowd? Like
No, they're all. It's basically
really
a massive. You think like New Year's Eve at Nathan Phillips Square, busy.
Okay, can I
Canadian
maybe
reference.
snatch one of them by the back of their shirt and pull them back, like as without with as little force as possible? As like I just want to get them out to maybe get a word with them
without blowing up a car.
Like, trying to tap them.
Not to
Or pull.
tap. Genuinely grab the shirt and pull back because I feel like a tap they'll just assume as another reporter.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Make you a strength check.
And this
It's
is
a
how
modified
you go
21
for assault.
He goes back to
So-
quarantine.
Come now. Modified 21, and I go, hey, excuse me.
What do you want?
What was the lecture? What did they say
We're
at the
trying to
lecture?
find out. We're trying to find out exactly what was said, why it was said. Just get the. Leave
So
us.
you're okay. I'm gonna let him go, but I'm like, as he goes, I'm like, so they don't know what the controversy is. That's what they're trying to find out.
She looks at you to go. So why not say something about the drift rock? I mean, that'll.
I feel like they won't care, or they'll think I'm insane. I can get up on a rock and tell them about a great space asteroid near Absalom, filled with terrible ghosts and gooey creatures that put parasites into the bodies of children, and they're just gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's a loony."
So basically,
Maybe a loony would give him a scoop.
As Gon is finishing up upstairs with removing the door actually opens up, and in front of you are 3 security guards.
I got escort immediately. This is great.
Ask them why they're not
Weapons-
down here dealing with the fucking reporters.
Yeah.
Weapons drawn.
Roll initiative.
Weapons
Good
drawn.
evening, gentlemen. There is situation at the bottom floor, and we have important person to talk to.
Make an appointment.
Right, we would if you could fix the situation downstairs.
Situation's already being handled.
I don't know about that. Guys, is situation handled?
Yeah, just jump cut back down real quick.
Wade peeks his head up over the edge, looks down at the other guys. Is it handled yet?
06 sheepishly shakes his head no and shrugs.
It is not handled yet.
They say it's not handled. You are lying.
You are trespassing on property. You are being asked to leave.
Can we use that on them down there?
I don't know. Right. Will you escort me down there, take care of situation? That would be great.
Fair enough. Hands above head.
All right.
They cuff you. Take your
Don't be
weapons.
so rough.
Start escorting you downstairs.
Wade comes back down. Okay, Gon has got them coming down to handle the situation.
As Wade actually arrives downstairs, you watch as the dean. Seriously, if you'd waited an hour, waited an hour, because that's about the timeline you're here. Dean comes out alongside the remainder of the campus security and basically tells the reporters off. Gon, you're escorted down the elevator through the security gate, past the receptionist. Stood in front of the receptionist. Make sure to take his picture. Takes your picture. You're escorted off campus.
Hello, guys. I fixed it.
I don't think you fixed it. I don't think
What do
you're
you
allowed
mean
that.
you fixed it? They came out on their own.
What? No, I got in there and told them, hey, you need to fix it. And they're like, oh, yes, we are on it now.
Oh,
I don't feel
well,
like
good
that's what
job,
happened. Mr. Security Guard, do you know this rodent?
You guys suck. That's what I'm gonna say to them. These guys suck.
And I will add to my notes, problem resolves itself.
Castrovel sucks.
No, I thought it was like a legitimate social challenge, but no, it was just a wait an hour challenge.
No, there were multiple solutions to this.
Yeah, I mean, it genuinely.
And
think
I
it was
found one.
genuinely Gone. It was genuinely Gone going up there and being like, "Go fix this now," and they're like, "Okay." Getting in was the biggest key.
There were multiple ways to solve the issue.
Like being
This is also, again, one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of APs is some of these challenges are, again, more linear than they need to be and more specific than they need to be.
Oh,
All right.
It's a specific thing.
Well, now we can make appointment.
Y'all
Well,
can come back
some of us.
tomorrow. God damn it.
What?
I was right. I said we should come back tomorrow.
Where's the friggin' professor, man? I'm gonna throw all four arms in the air and be like, "Come on, man! We've been waiting here for ages. We just want to get our stuff. We got adventures to do." I am not an academic, sir. I am a swordsman. Perhaps you've read about them in your books.
You tell him, Yudah. You tell him.
So I'd like to go talk to the professor, man. Muhali.
Come on,
He goes over
diplomacy
the
on that
radio.
thing. Come on.
I actually, yes. Please diplomacy that one. That's
All right, man.
Your swords? Bet you've read about them in your books?
It's a modified 19.
He just sort of stares at you. I'm not an academic.
What?
That was well said.
I apologize. Unless you're genuinely grammatically proper, at which point, thank you. Look, man, we just want to get what we came here to do, talk to the person so we can leave.
I certainly understand that. However, the repercussions of your little small friend here trespassing on private property, attempting to break into the university's secure area.
Well, then you can lock him up. And we talk to Muhali, and then surely that we won't need to worry about anyone breaking in anywhere.
In my defense, not very secure area.
It's not like he's stealing your dead frogs. He's here to talk to the professor.
I have
Stealing a word.
I have more than enough credits. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna go get a hotel room. Fuck this place.
Definitely do that. That'll benefit us all if you go get us a hotel right now.
Why do we not
That's
just
what
sleep on the
Rod's
ship?
doing.
I tell you what, why don't you guys go do that, and Rod and Gon and myself will go get a hotel room.
Sophia sort of looks at him. Theo pops up, says, "The little one there is more of an unfortunate associate than a friend."
Yeah,
Now,
I
that
can
is
certainly
so-
appreciate
yeah,
that.
I know.
I can certainly appreciate that. However, you all came in together.
What's the hospitality scene like here on Castroville while they deal with the gatekeeper of Prague?
No, they've got
Yeah, we're off getting like ritzy. We're off getting the nice nice accommodations. You know, I mean.
And
Rod's gonna
Sophia
have him
will
some
look at the-
champagne and a nice bubble bath. And some laundry, because our ship doesn't have fucking laundry.
Yes, it does. We just wash our clothes in the shower.
It's
how I like
uncivilized,
it.
is what it is.
Oh, it is very efficient. Just keep your clothes on when you go in the shower, Rod, next time.
Theo sort of turns around, looks at the guard, goes, we can't appreciate that. Will we be allowed to come back tomorrow?
That can be amenable.
Thank you very much. And in the meantime, could you please make sure Professor Muhali gets these notes?
Do that.
And Sophia will hand over her copy of the notes and say, and should she see it agreeable to invite us back sooner rather than later, here's a number you can reach us at, and provides her phone number.
Fair enough.
And with that, she will leave.
Hey guys, can we go see like a lake? I would love to see lake.
He is so chill.
I have
And hangs his head and leaves with them.
I have never seen a lake gone.
Right, that's why I want to see lake.
By the time Sophia catches up, she goes, a lake? Why are you settling for a lake? You could just see an ocean. There's plenty of them around here.
That's pretty far away from here.
Is it? Are we like on the center of a
Wait,
continent,
Rod-
or are we more like on an island?
Wade just looks over at Rod and says, "We have a spaceship."
I'm just saying, like, we can't, it's not like we can drift travel in Atmo.
We don't. No, why would we drift travel? We just travel.
First gear will cut it.
We can do like crawl speed.
Whatever, we got time, man. No one asked my opinion anyway.
So we get takeout. We go on a road trip and come back tomorrow.
We go get some in and out and just
Each episode.
sadly.
I need someone to detail that armor I'm giving to Yudah anyways. Pretty sure there's still some Garrocal guts in there. I can't find it.
Before we do that, we should probably make sure someone fixes up the ship, just in case.
A fine suggestion.
Which is why I suggested a hotel.
As long as there are no more reporters.
I say,
No
new
more
guy
reporters.
can fix ship. We go and take a beach trip.
Now, this one feels that is certainly unfair, my little criminal
Wade
friend.
agrees. Good job, new guy.
All right, it is
Thank you
decided.
for volunteering.
I just kind of like shake my head and stop talking
Oh, yeah.
to Gon.
All you gotta do is take the ship to a mechanic. That's it.
Is there
When you
like
come
a
back, just tell him you fixed it.
is there like a towing service I might be able to call?
Sophia will offer to accompany him to the mechanic.
You mean to repair the ship?
Yeah.
To get the mechanic to repair the ship.
No, to repair
No,
the
no,
ship
no, no, no.
immediately by ourselves.
Wait,
You're
we
gonna
do?
accompany 06 to help 06 repair the ship himself, next to a mechanic's.
Yeah,
Well,
I need to borrow their garage.
Most star docks and spaceports, have repair facilities or repair services.
What I figured. Because, I mean, fixing the ship would be awful difficult and take a lot of time with just two people and no, like, specialized machinery.
Okay, so
like
5
knowledge of
hours
how to
and
fix a ship in the first place.
360 credits later.
It takes 5 hours, regardless of how much you repair it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, if you're doing it by yourself?
Yeah.
That sounds like a good amount of time to go to the beach, get to the beach, come back from the beach. Yeah.
So everybody's got to ante up $60.
Depends on how well we roll. We can get it at half price or something like that.
Well, not if we're taking it to the mechanics.
All right.
That's why I
Unless
knew
you-
I was supposed to be fixing it.
Well, is it the
Wow.
same cost if we go to the mechanic as if we do it ourselves, or no?
Rule-wise, there is no rules for what the mechanics charges you. So
Oh.
Yeah, just that it costs however
costs-
many UPBs per point of damage we were due to the hull. So if they convert 1-to-1 to credits,
I mean, they probably charge more than base price because they need profit.
Yeah, true. So I have some credits I can convert to UPBs to help. How much do we need to ante up each?
60.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Can everyone?
Oh yeah.
I have 60.
Wait, I thought we needed 60 per. We don't have that many
Per
hot points,
person.
do we? Oh, per person working on it.
60 from each of the 6 of us.
Got it. We only have 55 hull points though. That's where I'm lost.
Because we're down.
We're missing.
It's
I don't know.
one UPB per hull point, right?
No,
No.
Oh, okay.
it's 10.
Sorry.
Unless you roll well.
And we're down 36 hull points.
All right. Sophia can cover herself and possibly one other person.
Well, everybody
for
needs
sure.
to ante up 60. You live in the ship. You can pay to fix it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, no, I need the $60. Like it's no problem.
Yeah, I'll ante up 60. I got more than enough.
As will I.
By the way, Mal, yeah, Gon did pay you back the 90 credits from before.
He appreciates that wholeheartedly. It's awesome.
Okay. Mine are in.
Done.
That's all
Wade
of
has
us.
also bought. Wade has also bought the big glasses and a beach ball. It costs
Exceptionally big glasses considering your size category large.
Yeah,
Yep.
I bought large glasses for a large creature. They're like colossal glasses.
Yeah, you know those
I
like
think
I was gonna say, are they
Novelty.
proportionate? Or are
those
they like?
comedically large sunglasses that poker players wear sometimes?
Like as big as Gon's
no.
body.
no, it's the novelty ones that are the big plastic, like neon green ones with
Yeah.
the lenses
Yeah.
that are like this big.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Wade points at him and says, "And they glow in the dark."
Suck it, Trebek.
That is
At least
great.
they're not shutter shades.
Sunglasses at night, so
I
he
could.
can know he can
Alright.
see
I
his
can
glass
now.
frames glow in the dark.
Sophia, I
Okay.
guess, will help fix the ship if that's what we need.
All right, so you guys are going to do that for the day. If there's anything you guys want to accomplish in that regard while you wait till the next day, that's perfectly fine. I just I can keep track of it, or I can let one of you guys keep track of the number of days you were on the planet.
Number of days we're on the planet.
Well, we're just doing the 1 day so far, right?
Is it gonna blow up?
I smell a
are we
doomsday
on a
counter,
time
yeah.
bomb?
I don't know. That certainly makes it sound like we're on some sort of time limit.
We shall find out. I just like lighting a fire under my players' asses every once in a while.
All right. I'm fine with letting Greg keep track of it, so long as he reminds us how long we've been here periodically.
Okay. Yep. That's perfectly fine with me.
And do we need to do any engineering checks for that, or no?
For the
For
number of
repairing the
days?
ship? No, for repairing the ship.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. 06 helping?
Yeah.
15 and then tier times 2. So 19.
So who has the better engineering?
Not me.
That's a modified 19.
Boom.
There you go.
So is that for half
Android.
price or is that for full price?
That's for full price,
Okay.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, if you succeed by 10, you can reduce the time or the cost.
Got it.
Right. So you would have had to get a 29 or whatever. Fair enough. So yeah, you guys are able to repair the ship, do what you need to do. So you guys wanted to find accommodations in the city itself?
Like, we're looking for some like Hawaii tiki like bungalows.
Yeah, by the beach.
All right, fair enough. I'll say that you find something that you can do that with to a certain extent. Runs you 20 credits a night.
Luxury.
Per person?
They're not big. So if you want a room, you might be able to fit 2 people in it, but
We paid like 50 credits for
a week for
Or
a
a week
luxury.
on Avalon
We-
Station.
Yeah,
But
you are looking for a resort-esque accommodations,
By
Yeah.
the beach.
like I said,
By the
beach.
and not only that, but themed.
I can live in a coffer.
Such tourists.
Wade gets on his phone. He got this new app called Airbnb. He checks check on that.
yeah. I don't know how Rod feels about leaving 06 and Sophia alone on the ship on the off chance something happens.
06 will definitely be sleeping on.
Rod also
What are
doesn't
they going
totally
to
trust
do,
Sophia.
Rod?
Well, we're eventually going to
What are
come
they going
back.
to do, Rod? They are both androids. They don't do that type of thing.
Well, I mean,
I could spend the next 3 days explaining to you everything wrong with that statement, but
Okay, let's you explain it at the beach.
are the androids staying with the ship the whole time, or?
I am. If Sophie if Sophie and Theo would be so kind as to join me, well, I suppose the ship could get a little lonely, and if the reporters were to find us, I should certainly like to have the company. Would you be so kind as to join me, my friend?
Sophia will sigh. I was hoping to see the beach, but maybe some other time.
We
We're
shall
going to
see
be
the
here
beach
plenty of
later.
time.
We shall see the beach on our own without organics bossing us around and telling us what to do. Why do you allow the Ysoki to call you computer? It hurts me to see this.
Well, I argued with him last time. Eventually, Wade called me by my name, and everything was fine after that. I guess I'll just stop responding to it.
That may be best. I hope that's the little one. I sincerely hope that he changes his ways. This one is not so confident of that. This one hopes that next time someone as intelligent as yourself would be able to stand up. And as I said, it hurts this one to see you trampled in such a way. When you run our computers, you repair our shields, you target the enemies in combat. He doesn't even fly the thing.
Sophia will chuckle. True.
but
I
he
don't
makes
like
the best
Gon.
playlist you've ever heard.
No, that's Wade.
Yeah, I'm gonna call bull on that. That's definitely Wade.
It's that Earth radio.
Uh,
Got them golden Earth oldies.
you know, not all the organics are that bad. I do like Yudah and Wade, and Chiskisk is also very nice, as was Duravar when he was around.
Indeed, Yudah is a proud warrior from a society of proud warriors, and it is unfortunate that he has some growing to do, I suppose. However, it is good to have him on our side. Why did you fill out Wade's paperwork back there? This one does not understand.
Well, I think he might have gotten into some trouble in the past. I'm not really sure, but he was very insistent that someone do it for him, so I figured maybe it would be best to keep trouble away.
Do you think we should talk to him about this? Certainly, if there is someone in our midst with a troubled past, it would be good to know about it in case that trouble comes back to haunt them.
You can, but you didn't hear it from me.
Of course. So who was this Duravar you speak of?
He was a friend of mine from the Starfinder Society before I met Gon, Wade, Yudah, and Rod. He was actually supposed to meet with all of us there, but someone opened fire and killed him right there at the docking bay.
Tragic. I am sorry to hear of your loss. It pains me. Did he have a particular faith, a particular religion? Do you know where his soul may have gone now that it has left the mortal form?
Because if it's unclaimed, I mean, your life looks pretty glad.
You know, we never really got into religion much. I know he was very much into mining. I'm assuming he was a follower of some old dwarven god, but I'm not really sure.
I see. Well, I shall be sure to include your friend in this one's prayers. But enough of this. Would you care to go and see the town with me? Go see what we can find to eat, see what sights we can see. The night is still young.
Sure, why not?
And let me roll a culture check, actually, to see if there's what is the swankiest restaurant in this university town.
Probably an Arby's. Oh wait,
Yeah.
you can't say that. And a Starbies.
There we go. Starbies.
No,
Something university students can afford.
It's a Star Burger, just a throw to a would-be franchise there. I mean, no, it's basically a relatively large university town, like University City itself. So you do have quite a bit in the area to choose from should you choose to do so. There are cantinas, there are bars, there's clubs, there's restaurants. Sure, there's a movie theater somewhere, a comic book store with tabletop gaming.
Yes. Well, Sophia, there are so many places in this town. Let us just wander and see where the night takes us, and whatever expenses we should incur, as long as we keep it not too crazy, this one is more than happy to pay.
Sophia stops, thinks for a bit, looks at him and says, "Oh, 6, I really appreciate your generous offer, but I would rather pay for myself. I don't want to give you the wrong idea."
Of course, this one assumes nothing. I would not want to be too forward. I see this one sees a friend, this one sees kindred spirit on this ship, and this one does not know where he belongs here. New guy does not sit well with this one. Simply, I just wanted to have a friend. You understand, of course.
She'll nod. "Oh, of course I understand. I feel kind of out of place here too."
I'll nod. Well, we should be off. The night is young. Let us make the most of it like our companions out on the beach, shall we?
She will spot a comic book store, look at it, go, "I wonder if they have tabletop gaming."
Because even in the future,
Nerds gotta roll.
that's right. They've got like little discs that are programmable, so that the menu that you want is holographically placed upon that base, and you buy different holographic projections.
And there's
Yeah,
gonna be
they're all on
Android,
micro SD cards. You just slot into the base.
just a convenient Android hanging out there. Just let the Vesk win as it just like smashes the table. We need space Wookiees.
Yeah, I guess we find lodging eventually on Airbnb.
Yeah.
As opposed to non-space Wookiees.
Yeah.
Those are called Yetis and Sasquatch.
Oh, okay.
The correct term is sesquin.
Is it Sasquatch?
No.
I don't know. I've always called them Sasquatch. I guess it's like
Either way, it's very squatchy.
yeah.
Sesquai. as if there's
We're
more.
going squatching, bro.
No one goes squatching around here.
Squatch is good for the soul.
Okay. Did we find something less than 20 credits a night on Airbnb or no? Because Wade's willing to pay for 3 nights.
There are definitely things in the area that you can, lodge at that are going to be less than that. It would be similar to the lodgings that you would have seen at Absalom Station for much cheaper.
Oh, okay.
I'm
But they're
just
by
gonna
the
stay on the
beach.
ship. The ship is free.
No, Rod. You are our battle buddy. We need you at the beach too.
I mean, I'll go to the beach after. I just sleeping in the ship is
Oh,
free.
that adds like 30 minutes or an hour onto the drive.
What were we were just giving me shit about how fast spaceships are? It's like 5 minutes.
Oh, well, if you want to park the spaceship by there, we can just park it at the dock by the sea.
You don't want to miss out on the gossip.
What gossip?
That exactly.
You're
have
just
to
gonna
come
talk
to
about
find
me.
out.
I'm gonna be in the room and you're still gonna do it.
No, we wouldn't do that.
You would. You have literally done it before.
I do not recall.
Well, that's what we call selective memory.
Rod needs a place to make his Nair grenade.
Oh my god, you're right. I'm staying on the ship. I need privacy so I can plant my hair removal bomb in your bed.
What?
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 I'm staying on the ship.
I thought you said something more.
Oh,
I ain't paying no 20 credits a night to stay in no resort. That ain't worth it.
It's gonna be some.
You
good
guys want to
gossip.
stay here? That's your. You know what? Here's 5 credits off your 20 a night. That's all. That's right for you, Gon.
oh,
Why?
see, he is nice,
Well-
Gon.
Yes, it's weird, but all right. Thank you, Rod.
It's just incentive to stay on the ship where I am and you are not.
We shall try and save some gossip for you. Try.
Yudah, you
Works
are
for me.
coming to the beach, aren't you?
Yeah. I still kind of want to just talk to the professor. I can't
Oh,
believe they didn't
don't
let us
worry.
in.
I know. This is the
All right, I'll
type
come
of
to the
gossip
beach.
that he will miss out on.
We'll go swimming. It'll be great.
I got a beach ball.
Okay, so we spend the
Yeah,
evening
that's
at the resort at the beach, and you guys pay to spend the night. And I come back, and I guess I'm there before the end of Hot Robot Dates.
Nice.
I imagine we would be back at a reasonable hour. I don't want to be too forward, of course.
I mean,
course.
convincing people to convert to an evil elder god takes time. Maybe you guys should stay out a little longer.
Hey, you know it takes time to roll up a character and get a good session in.
Yeah,
Oh man, if they're playing Space D&D, they don't get home until like
like 4 in the
2 or
morning.
3 in the morning. Yeah.
We
They're
get home
androids, they
around
don't
the
need
time
that much
everybody's
sleep.
waking up. We're like elves. We go on like 4 hours. We're good.
Yeah.
And Sophia
if we have to
probably
wait more
just
than-
had too many energy drinks going on.
She's using her real voice.
Are
Yeah.
the energy drinks, or you just like crush batteries against your forehead down?
Whoa, that's some good juice.
Nah, she's spending money on some drinks. Let's say she'll probably spend 10 credits. So they're like the cheap kind of energy drinks, but they have a lot of juice in them.
Caffeine.
They taste terrible, but they keep you up.
Yeah.
And maybe some coffee after that.
So I imagine if we spend more than a day waiting, we got like pictures. It's like a slideshow. If it was on a like a movie or something, there'd be like snap pictures of Gon and Yudah and Wade all at the beach in their swimming trunks or whatever they're wearing, and it's
Nah,
like, yeah.
Gon is
like
all
the beach
natural.
ball. Gon is all
Does that
natural.
not
then.
surprise me? Classic Gon.
He looks like a drowned rat. you know?
Yeah.
But Wade's gone all in. Wade's got the suntan lotion on his nose and on the top of his ears. He's got the big straw hat, big old glasses,
Yudah's unsure
like
about the
Hawaiian
water,
pattern shirt.
but he really likes the sand. He's kind of chilling in the sand. He's just got some trousers on, but he's got like a scarf just kind of over his face because even though he's more of a hood guy, he still thinks that hey, some modesty is important, right? So, but, he's enjoying the sand.
And after he falls asleep, we turn him into a dragonfly with the sand, with just his head out.
He would like that.
Wade makes sure to send all these pictures to Sophia.
And with that, I think the day passes.
That's about right. So you guys come back to basically where you guys left off yesterday, approaching the campus itself. I'll let you guys take it from there.
Let's start with a perception check. See if the status quo has changed at all.
Yeah, no, and you don't see any of the reporters there at this time. It seems much quieter.
Yeah, why not? I'll approach the receptionist.
Okay. So you approach, and it's the male Lashunta that was there before. Looks up at you. Yes, you were here yesterday. What can I do for you?
In Castrovellian, this one and this one's companions would like to make an appointment with Professor Muali, if we could, please.
I think she's got some time in her schedule. Let me take a look here. It looks like we got some time. I can fit you in for probably about a half hour in about 2 hours from now.
I'll look back at the group and relay that information back to them.
Wade starts to turn around and says, 2 more hours at the beach, and starts.
It is wonderful.
This should be most acceptable. Thank you, sir.
In the meantime, she's there. She's barely awake. She suggests that they go get pancakes.
Ooh, pancakes, waffles, and then beach time?
Of course,
100%.
pancakes, waffles, and then beach time while we wait.
Okay. So
Alright.
your time passes and your appointment starts to come up.
2 hours later.
Sophia
make
is
your way-
going to spend about 10 credits on pancakes and coffee.
Sure.
This is
That's
a
a lot to spend on
lot,
pancakes and coffee.
right? It's mostly pancakes, and the coffee has free refill, so she's downing a lot of that too.
Wade just eats slower as he watches her.
Finally, we can have a boring meeting at last.
Indeed.
That's what we've been waiting for.
You make your way up to the up back to the receptionist, who passes you through, points you to the 5th floor to get off, and that there will be signage that'll direct you to the professor's office.
The professor is there, I'm assuming. So, Sophia will introduce herself, the rest of the group.
Well, you're making your way up that way then?
Oh, I thought you said we just got in there. Sorry.
No, you're
yes.
making your way to the 5th floor. There's going to be signage.
Okay.
Yes,
So
we
you-
go to the
you-
5th floor.
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay.
No, we sneak around and try and steal something from some other place.
I
Well,
hear
now
there's a
put
hatch
that
on
on.
top we could go through.
Yeah, they probably haven't fixed it yet.
So basically, you make your way to the linguistics anthropology department, and you follow the signage that leads to Professor Muhali's office in the hallway there. The door appears before you. How do you guys want to proceed?
Can I just
Sophia will
walk
be
in?
polite and knock.
Can we
There's your
open
answer,
the
Kane.
door?
You knock, and you hear from behind. Enter.
Okay, she will open the door. She will, not Theo, she will introduce herself and the rest of the group and ask politely if the professor has gotten the notes that she sent along.
So as you step in, the office is quite clean, roomy, and orderly, with a large desk that stands imposingly before a broad window that offers a very nice view of the nearby park, and a small table in one corner that has a quartet of chairs arranged evenly around it. Near the door is a wide examination table covered with broken fragments of stone, many of which bear incomplete words or letters written in spiraling text. Several tiny fountains throughout the room burble soothingly and shimmer with soft light. And you do see the stack of papers that you sent in on the corner
Okay.
of her desk.
Then she will ask if she has gotten time to look through the papers at all.
To be completely honest, I haven't had a chance to look at it. I've been dealing with yesterday's ordeal.
Yes, that did seem to be quite an ordeal. I'm not sure exactly what caused all of it, but there were some very interesting findings on the drift rock from Absalom Station.
That's wonderful.
We were told that you had done some research in the languages that were used in the code on the rock itself, on the computers.
I certainly appreciate that. I'm just not in any position to assist you or instruct my department to do so. I have to resolve what's going on right now. I appreciate the excitement you display and wishing to bring this, but I certainly apologize. My time is very limited right now.
Perhaps there's a way we could help?
And how would you propose to do that?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is entirely. All I know is that there was some kind of controversial statement, but that's about it. Seems a bit overblown to me.
If you understood the cultural basis of this, then that might be a little bit different then. You're rather single-minded, and if I may say, rude.
I've been called.
Shoots Sophia a glance.
I
You have no
apologize.
understanding. Last night, 2 nights ago rather, one of my colleagues, Alabians 21-2, gave a rather incendiary public lecture last night, in which he examined a wall from nearly a millennium ago and used the cultural fallout from it to rationalize the genocide of the Formian species. Even before the last Junta city-states and forming colonies signed peace accords 30 years ago, such brutal conclusions would have been dismissed. Now he's fomenting hate crimes under the guise of pure logic
That's
and
messed up.
anthropology.
That's very messed up.
This is not what the university stands for, but it is what the public now believes. I placed him on academic leave and restricted his access to university resources until we can clean this up. That is what I am dealing with.
I apologize. I had no idea. I thought it was just reporters.
No, you were stuck in your own world. You were stuck. As many philosophers, as many scholars get stuck on their own work without looking outside as to what else might be occurring.
We did go to the beach.
Now, lately, we have been looking outside a lot. Like, way more than we should.
Exactly.
You think Chiskus is still going to pay us for this?
Nope.
He already did, didn't he? We got
Well, he
paid in
gave us a
advance.
stipend.
Right. So there's like this guy who's doing hate crimes, and you want him to stop and be like a nice guy.
He's not doing them. The one guy defended them, or at least implied that it was okay, and then everyone else went and started doing them, which is, it's a genuine problem, but we don't work for the university. We work for the Starfinder Society, so it isn't really...
What did you say this professor's name was again?
Which one? Are you referring to the one you're talking to, or the one who...
The
who did lecture?
inflammatory one that's been placed on administrative leave.
Alabians 21-2.
That don't sound like no human or android name.
Because he's not?
Yeah, man.
And he
You get
would
out your
be...
human, normative, ridiculous... Come on, man. That doesn't sound like...
He's-
You know how many names I have? I call myself
Contemplative.
Yudah. Be like you call yourself R.
That explains a lot.
You're ridiculous.
Brain people.
Yeah, people with brains. What?
Man, he would be a professor too, wouldn't he?
I'm just saying, a contemplative making an inflammatory statement not considering the emotions of others, maybe not so surprising.
Sophia looks at the professor, goes, "You are concerned that I am caught up in my world just like he was in his with his research?"
There are certain parallels. To be completely honest, I couldn't care less
Wade says,
about
"Oh
your...
yes, almost like a dean caught up in hers." He says, "I'm speaking harshly to those that come seeking to have aid and be aided. Yes, very caught up, speaking ill to well-meaning and good individuals." And he puts his hand on Sophia's shoulder.
I don't think we came here to snap at each other, as entertaining as this is to watch.
By the way, we have like ancient robotic for sale, if you're interested. It's from Drift Rock, so it's like old. It's like you don't even know what it is, except it's robotic.
Sophia
I'm
looks
sure
at
when
Don.
the time comes.
Right, it's a special price right now. Act now and get something for free.
No, I
Sophia
think
looks at
most
Gon
people
and
ain't going
goes,
anywhere.
"Now might not be the best time."
Well, we got a meeting now. We had to wait a whole day to get a meeting. It's a good time.
If you're looking for a way to help, or if you're looking for a way to assist, as your tall friend seems to imply, maybe that could come in handy. What the university needs right now is to smooth this over quickly. And Alabians 21-2 is not listening to anything I say. He has not quite violated enough protocols to be dismissed. And firing him would otherwise not be so great for optics without reasoning. It'd be great. The optics of firing him for this would be good if we had reason. I think the media would settle for a public apology. If you could convince him to do that, I should be able to handle the rest of your inquiries.
Wade, like, he whispers, "She wants us to convince a contemplative to apologize?"
All right, easy. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that's the hardest thing we've done in the past couple weeks. Something laid eggs in my chest.
Waylos, can you show them down to Alabian's office, please? And you see Waylos come back in and yes, Professor, follow me.
All right. Well.
Oh, hello, weight loss.
Special price is for 2 more days, and then no more special price. Keep in mind.
Yes, because that is how long we have at the beach house.
Sophia will ask if the university has some sort of privacy policy that would allow her to access his office computer, legally so.
It's his private computer. I'm not sure why you would need to access it.
She's looking for dirt.
Well, you said he was making inflammatory remarks. If he was involved in some sort of hate crime, I'm sure you would want to know, correct? And most companies have a privacy policy that would allow such access in certain situations, as long as it's on a university computer.
But what are you looking for? Like this is the issue. It would be a breach of privacy and confidentiality policies to allow an outsider access to the internal system.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to find any scandalous emails pertaining to alcohol abuse or a sexual scandal on a contemplative.
No, just perhaps involvement with some sort of hate group, but if that would be a breach of the school's policy, then that was what I was wanting to know.
It's no problem. Just get us to him, and we'll make him talk. He make apology, and then it's all good.
Can anybody who wants to or is trained in culture can make a roll if they choose to do so?
Much better.
Oh, man. No kidding, much better.
And suddenly the curse was lifted.
For now.
Yeah.
It just moved on to the next person, that's all.
Okay.
Also, I gotta say, I'm a little off-put by how accurately Gregory portrays the tired, exhausted, frustrated disposition of everybody who works in a college.
Well, does it say anything about the fact, well, my brother works for a college near his town, so I've been talking to him about some of his stuff, and then all the professors I deal with, and the walls that get thrown up in front of me in terms of certain things. So believe me, I've experienced it quite a bit.
Certain people caught up in their own worlds, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so anybody who got over an 18, so I guess that would be Gon and 06. You recognize that most contemplatives, as a cultural rule, abandon their childhood name for one based on a favorite quote or intellectual hero. In the case of Labian's 21-2, the second article published by the radically anti-conventionalist scholar Alabians was in the year 21 AG, which contains the famous line, "When the past is unknown, we must make a tradition of challenging so-called tradition."
He's not doesn't like to be a traditional contemplative then.
I see. Is it possible to access that entire book?
I'm sure there's an ebook of it somewhere for like a credit or two.
You can take a look.
Okay. Then I will
make a computer's check. Okay. You're able to find the article on Giggle Scholarly Articles.
I cannot take that seriously.
Hey, university students, right?
And aliens looking down at Earth think Google is a good name.
Fair enough.
And if you want the full article, it will only cost you 10 credits. You get the abstract, but the full article costs 10 credits. Hey,
academics.
Welcome to my life. Oh, you'd like to use this article in your paper for a resource? Yeah, here's the abstract, but if you want the full article, that'll be $10.
We're gonna torrent. I mean, maelstrom that stuff. Yeah.
Is there a computer's check to find like Besmara's Pirate Bay or something?
I haven't paid for a fucking
Besmara's Bay.
Yeah. I will
Besmara's
wish-
Bay to get the maelstrom of it.
or like Baleroid.
I wish.
Okay, it's end credits.
Sure. And basically, the article, it literally is just this opinion piece. It is a scholarly article which essentially states what that famous line is. And that was basically the thesis of the paper. And there was quite a bit showing the background thought that went into it.
Is
Okay.
the article in any way inflammatory towards particular races?
No,
No, so it's not like this guy's remarks.
no.
Okay, interesting.
probably over.
It's just that it is just literally the idea that when the past is unknown, we must make a tradition of challenging so-called traditions.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna make a culture check, and I want to see like how this might apply to a contemplative or contemplative culture or like anything like that. And there it is again. And so returneth.
Based on
the
your
curse.
based on your understanding of contemplative culture, you think that this is just his philosophy on scholarship.
Okay.
All right, let's go see him. This place is like giving me the creepy crawlies.
You're led down to another office.
This is
on the
worse
floor
than
below.
the Eoxian. This is worse than the Eoxian embassy.
And you walk to the door. Waylos knocks twice and just starts to open the door. Dust debris and discarded papers litter the floor of this disorganized office. A single chair stands in the corner, and the desk and shelves are crowded with books, scrolls, statuettes, and loose computer hardware. And in the middle of it, you see the contemplative Ilabian's 21-2 sitting in the chair. Oh, sorry, well, hovering above the chair, sorry.
I guess he's sitting in it, but he has to hover the brain because it's so heavy, because it would crush the body or something. Hello. We have come to talk to you a little bit, if that's okay.
May I help you?
Yes, please. All right,
What would
Wade,
you
it's your
like?
turn.
Oh, is it? I was going to let Sophia take the lead. She is very good at talking to smart people.
No.
She is not?
No, that
What are
has
you
never
using as reference?
that has never been proven. I say, Wade, you are good at talking.
Oh. Okay. Hello. I am Wade.
Hello, Wade.
It is nice to meet you. Do you... Oh, pardon me. He tries to step over some of the papers. Are any of these important?
Very likely.
Oh. He tries to avoid them, but obviously a large creature is not going to be able to avoid all of them. So, kind of moves in there. Is there another chair or no?
No.
Wade motions to the desk. May I sit down?
Here, let me move. You can use the chair.
Oh, that is all right. I can use the desk.
No.
Oh.
I have things the way I like them on the desk.
Oh. I
This
see.
conversation is so uncomfortable. I love it.
I can sit on the desk. No, you can't.
He will wait.
He hovers towards the desk. Please, sit.
Gon will go
Oh.
and start fingering the computer hardwares.
That's what she said.
Thank you, Tommy.
Got your back.
I got you back.
To be more accurate, that maybe.
I
that's
would
what-
very much rather your rodent left my hardware alone.
I'm just looking. No problem. Just looking and touching.
Don't make me get the rat poison.
He is not joking, Gon.
There is such a thing as rat poison?
Oh, I heard an ad for it on Earth radio. It is terrible there.
Essentially, what it uses is warfarin as a blood thinner and then small particulates of glass to open up the lining of the stomach esophagus, causing you to drown in your own blood.
Oh!
That
Yudah
sounds,
is offended.
Yep.
That's terrifying.
that sounds very not nice, but I don't see why it's rat poison.
I wonder if I could pack that in an aerosol.
Fit it in a certain air bomb.
Yeah. No, I don't want to kill him. I just want to
Because
humiliate him.
you are an evolved rat of some description, a small rodent-like creature.
So you're saying that a bigger dose could not take down Wade? Little glass in Wade?
Oh, it very well could be. However, you're the one touching my computer components.
Right, but I'm just arguing why it's rat poison. It sounds like poison, not just specific rat poison.
That's actually a good point. Like if I ate the rat poison, I'd probably be poisoned too, right? Tell me that was a big
Quite possibly. It is simply a term used by the Ancient Ones to describe a certain process by which they ridded themselves of vermin, of
That's right.
pests.
That makes sense. I feel like we've departed from the reason that we've come here because you're a giant brain and it's your tendency to be smarter than everybody in the room.
All right, I think you can talk to Wade, and I just, you won't even notice me.
Yeah, you guys almost
I
sound the
would
same.
highly suggest you leave the room if you are going to continue to peruse my desk.
All right, fine. I will not leave the room, but I will just stand there and not touch anything.
So,
Sophia, Sophia looks at the contemplative and goes, he is frustrating to deal with at times.
If he will not move, roll a will save for me.
Who, me?
No, God.
Okay.
Gone.
The brain move.
14.
Telekinesis.
And you just succeed against his daze. As you feel the pressure upon your brain as he is attempting to psychically cause you to daze, you are able to brush it off.
That is highly uncalled for. You don't need to use your brain power. I am not doing anything. I am standing here waiting for you to have conversation with Wade. Wade is waiting for you. He wants to tell you things. And you should listen. It's just, I'm not touching it.
I do.
I believe
Please
Sophia
do
was trying to
excuse
speak.
No. Let Wade handle.
None
Much
of
better.
you should speak. Otherwise, please leave my office.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it. I'll just piss him off. Wade's the only one that can manhandle Gon. That little fucker bites.
Gon, I don't think he likes you very much. Let me tell him off while you are out of the room.
All right. I will leave. I will go and be alone.
And
he makes a big scene and sniffles a bit. And he goes outside.
Well, I
And then
mean, it
slams-
is too, right? He's got a little fly robot with him, doesn't he?
Nah. Yeah, he has the big walker.
Who can be as bad as one?
Nevertheless.
That's the point.
And he slams the door angrily.
he seems to be rather concerned with being a part of things.
Yes, he likes very much being my friend, and I like very much being his friend. It has come to my attention recently that you have made some statements that have angered the press.
I simply saw things in the data that they did not. I spoke of it. They became incensed for some reason or another.
Probably because they have compunctions about the past, huh?
Which is interesting, considering that we cannot change the past, however, learn from it and see the patterns in society that the past leaves upon us.
Oh, yes, it is very good to learn from the past. Unfortunately, not everybody is ready. I will not try to beat around the bush. No, hedge around the maze.
No,
There we
that
go.
first
That
one was
must be
right.
the correct.
You were right the first time.
Then I will maintain the first statement. I will not try to beat around the bush on why we are here. Especially since someone like you is going to be very much able to reason out why we are here. The Dean has asked us to convince you to apologize for your statement. What do you think of this?
Why would I wish to do so? Offense indicates a narrow perspective in the listeners. I analyzed ancient Lashunta army strategies against their Formian neighbors and concluded the former's conditioned sentimentality inhibited more effectively destructive actions against their longtime enemies. The audience found my conclusions upsetting.
That's exactly what I was saying. He's not a racist. He just overanalyzes everything. He probably took it from the approach of like, if you got too many of one thing and they're eating all the food, the best step is genocide. I mean, he's wrong. You're wrong. But no disrespect, it's what you do because you're so right about everything. I have no intellect. I don't have wisdom.
Well, Wade will say, it's not always about the truth of what you're saying, but how you say it.
I do not understand your premise.
You can't bring morals into a discussion with a contemplative.
It has nothing to do with morals. It has to do, and he looks directly at the contemplative when he says this, tact.
But I have done nothing wrong. Anyone who looks
Then
at
do
the
not apologize for
scenario
doing
from,
something wrong.
Then what do I...
Instead,
why should I-
apologize for their misunderstanding. Instead, apologize for their feelings being offended. There's no need to necessarily apologize for offending them.
But you are simply stating that in a different way. To apologize for hurting one's feelings or another's feelings, I'm apologizing for offending them. I did nothing wrong. I have no reason to apologize.
No, not for doing something wrong. You apologize, preferably to maintain your conscience that you have not, that you are apologizing that they were offended, not that you did offend them.
But by apologizing in such a fashion, I am implying that I did something wrong.
Not necessarily. You may be implying that they are wrong through their assumptions.
So I apologize for them being an idiot. How very Canadian.
Without saying as such.
Where is Space
yes,
Canada?
I have heard of
Greg,
it.
tell me. Tell me where it is. I must go there.
Secretly, there's a jungle world somewhere in Canada where there's giant floating brain people and dudes with antennae and like wandering ant centaurs.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that that location in Canada is probably Deep River, Ontario, which is pretty much the highest per capita of PhDs and shotguns in all of Canada.
I don't know how they fit them so many of two things in the same place. They should not go together.
Or maybe they do go together. Smart people buy guns. Oh.
Most of them are nuclear physicists.
Yeah, they're guns with depleted uranium shot.
They're ready for fallout.
Okay.
Sorry, back to the... Sorry. All I'm concerned about is losing my tenure. I was on track for it at the university in several more years, requiring practically twice as long an observation period as a Lashunta would, I might add, likely because of my assessors are compensating for inferiorities, real or perceived. This incident reflects on egregious stain on my record that challenges my advancement and scholarly recognition here. The professor must agree to erase this insult from my file. I have spoken to her in regards to this matter, and her judgment is clouded by stress and emotion. If she truly cared about scholarly integrity, she would debate my assertions. Instead, she stoops to censorship in violation of the university's free speech principles.
I know he's a floating brain and all, but I think I've actually talked to this guy.
So he will say, it would be very unfortunate to lose such a tenure and your advancement and position. A simple apology for their idiocy, worded appropriately, will allow you to maintain that and possibly gain the desire of expunging records. That is something that could be talked about as part of an understanding with the dean.
Worded properly by someone of emotion may prove fruitful. However, I require 3 concessions of the professor. Muhali must agree to cancel my academic suspension, restore my access to the university's restricted collections, and pardon the whole incident in my tenure review. All 3 of those concessions being met, I shall agree to your terms.
That sounds like a good start for discussions. We will relay that to the dean. Thank you very much. Goodbye. And he walks away, wiping the dust off his, probably the dust off his butt.
Okay, where are you guys going?
What did he need a chair for?
The first place. What?
He floats everywhere.
Because I needed a place to sit. That is why he had a chair. Get with the program, Rod.
Yeah, but he had to move to let you in the chair. Does he just like the idea of a chair?
Probably. I'm finding Gon. And Wade will go and find Gon.
Okay.
We went through that whole discussion. This is what I am taking away. I need you to know that. Because everything else in there just went right over my head.
God is just sitting there mooping outside.
Wade doesn't even let him say anything. He just picks him up and holds him tight and pats him on the back and says, "It is okay, Gon. I am done talking to the mean brain."
I was waiting for so long. You were in there for such a long time.
I know.
I thought you were never coming back.
I know. He pets him and stuff and holds him and holds him as he walks back to the dean's office.
I don't like this place.
I don't like it either. The Eoxian embassy was better. We head back to the dean.
Okay, you make your way back to the office, and she's sitting in the middle of her desk, basically head slumped in her hands, just rubbing her temples.
Good news. We have a solution
I got
for
some
you.
leftover morphine.
You do? And what would this be?
Meet these 3 demands and we can get him to apologize.
Demands?
Do you want the apology?
What does he want?
He plops down the little list.
I can... If he apologizes, I can rescind his academic suspension. I can grant his access back to the restricted files. But he expects me to not bring this up during his tenure review. How does that make sense? Can't do that.
Well, you do realize that this will reflect badly on the college one way or another. Best to minimize the damage.
Make a diplomacy check.
Let's see. 13. I'm not single digits today.
I can't see a way of spinning this. We're not bringing this up for tenure. He has to be held accountable for his actions.
Well, let us be clear. His desire was for you not to bring it up during tenure.
Yes, and I'm the one reviewing him.
You have no other individuals that give input regarding his tenure?
In this case,
No,
because he's under my wing,
peer review from the other Lashuntas?
I'm his direct supervisor. If I say it, or don't say it, that would be because I'm not... Basically, what you're asking me to do is not say it, which means no matter who else brings it to me, I can't talk about it.
But not necessary. But it does not say that you cannot consider what has happened in the past. Only that it cannot be brought up. It cannot be on the papers. It cannot be on the official records. But that does not mean that you don't remember it, consider it.
Gon just pokes up his head. Just make the deal, lady, so we can all go about our day.
What
Very
will
well.
reflect more poorly? Okie dokie. I'm not saying anything more if she has said okie dokie.
Get him to
Okay, thank you.
apologize. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye. I walk out.
Okay.
I will let him know.
Sophia remains there as Wade is running out to at least let her finish her sentence.
Okay. Well, since one of you is still here, you saved his ass. And I find it only fitting that you received the grant he was receiving up until recently. And she hands you an envelope.
They still use envelopes?
She
Yeah, Manila exists in space.
looks at it. Does it? What does it feel like? Does it feel like credits, like paper, like documents, like what?
A hard object in the center of it.
Is it money? Is it something Rod cares about?
It's probably a cred stick. She's not gonna say that, but she's thinking it. She said grant.
Are you going to open the envelope?
She will nod politely and open it up.
Okay. And you just are you upending it into your hand, or what are you doing?
She's going to open it carefully, look inside first.
I want to see. I'm excited.
You see a ring.
A ring.
You say that out loud?
No.
I don't like secrets. Don't make me fight you in the dean's office.
Calm down there, cowboy.
She pours it out into her hand, looks at it, and I suppose uses detect magic to see if there's anything.
It's magical.
It's definitely magical, okay? She'll ask politely, "Well, this is a magic ring. What exactly does it do?"
All I know is it was a requested portion of the grant Alabians 21-2 was to receive. I don't know the particulars.
All right.
We'd already received the item prior to the gaff 2 nights ago, and the grant was rescinded after it.
I see. I very much appreciate this. Thank you. Then she will, thank you, Professor. And then she will step out of the office.
Okay.
So Dean don't know what that is?
Just to be
Nope.
just to be clear, before I go and notify Esebians 21-7, I will set Gon down on top of Gon-sol. I will pet him a bit, or just calm him down. Say, Gon, I must go tell the mean brain what happened, and let him know that he needs to work with someone about that speech.
You're
Wait
leaving
here for me.
again?
I have to go do it. Do you want him to use another force push brain thing on you?
Didn't do anything to me.
It didn't this time. He is nothing but brain gone. How many times are you going to push your luck?
Rod's like in the office with the dean for like a couple of awkward seconds as everyone else leaves.
And as he's doing so, Sophie will politely step back in and ask, I do very much appreciate it. When you get the chance, could you please look over my papers now that you will have a little bit more free time?
Oh, if you like leave the room and then walk back in, you see like the dean and Rod, like Rod's handing her one of his leftover morphine pills, and the dean's having him like $20.
Like 20 creds.
Yeah.
The sticks are touching for the creds, and then he's holding out the. And she's probably.
No, I totally understand. It's very stressful here in the academic. Get out of my room, Sophie!
Is this actually happening? Is she just...
I don't know, that's up to Greg. I really want that to happen.
Did you have extra morphine left over?
Oh, he definitely, like, pocketed some extra morphine. Or, well, I suppose, more accurately, he just didn't take it all.
Oh, yeah, you watch as she crushes it, puts it in her water, and chugs it.
Woo! You must have been fun in college.
I never left.
Word.
Sophia will quickly close the door for a second, look around, knock.
Yes.
Yeah, as she opens the door, Rod goes out, and he's like, you know what? I like it here.
Sophia is very surprised, look of shock on her face, and then she just returns to what she was thinking about, goes, I just wanted to ask, now that you have a bit more time on your hands, if you would mind looking over the papers. There's some very interesting findings in there.
I'm happy to look over it, but my specialty is in xenolinguistics. I can give you certain information, but I'm not 100% certain why you would travel all this way so that I can translate.
It's not so much about translation. We want to know where you found these particular markings, because we were only able to find records. You have not? We only found them in a book mentioned in your research.
Not my research.
Then
She quickly glances over your notes and looks at. Do you mean Zan? Halquim Zan. His works on this language.
so it was him. I was right the first time. He convinced me that it was you who was the expert, and he did not look over them.
I'm sorry, what?
Walos Zan is who we've met.
Walos
not
Zan.
Hugo Zan.
Oh, Hugo Zan. Sorry.
Halquim Zan.
Halquim Zan. Sorry, I'm getting his name mixed up with Walos.
That's slightly disconcerting for you, but yes, Halquim his exploits are legendary. And by legendary, I also mean that he's a showboat, my dear.
Well,
Have you ever heard of the fictional character? Why am I blanking right now? God damn it!
Indiana Jones.
You've heard of the fictional character Gilderoy Lockhart, I'm assuming.
She nods.
Oh,
That would be him. It is a man who has certain achievements, but he does things in such a way that is not academically pleasing. My colleague, Dr. Solarian, has a strong interest in the ruins of Ukalam, which it's the finding he had on this planet. And she flips over to a computer and examines her screen and scrolls through several pages. But according to my records, she departed on personal leave 2 days ago. Three or so now, actually.
There's the time limit. We're 2 days behind. Knew we should have broke in.
If I would like you to do a sense motive check.
All right. Is it okay if I do it or if Theo does it, or both? Because we are
I guess both
present.
in this case. Yeah.
Okay. First for me, that's a big 6, and now for Theo, that's a 12.
Never mind.
Nothing. Do you have any idea, any contact information, any way we could possibly reach her? Because I am very eager to explore these ruins as they correlate directly to the findings that I had on the Drift Rock, as far as the markings and language goes.
You can always talk to, potentially Alabian's 21-2 about it. He might have some information. Or you could look at Dr. Solarian's office and see if there's any clues there. Honestly, I don't know.
That morphine loosened her up about going into other people's offices.
Yeah.
For real.
You're welcome.
I don't know what else you could do.
I do appreciate it. I will ask Alabians first, and if nothing turns up, maybe I'll see if she left a note on her office window. Do you mind if I have my notes back so I can bring it to Alabians?
You may. You might be interested in them. I don't see.
These are digital copies and not like paper.
She did write paper notes out to document everything.
What? What do you think we're in? The first century of the first century?
Hey, all she has
AD?
is Theo, and Theo's a little tiny smartwatch. He can't program a whole lot on there. And she needs
Sophie understands the frustration of trying to write nursing notes on an iPad.
Yes.
That's terrible.
That's why you got to take pictures of everything. There's got to be like a picture where you take a picture of it and it reads your notes and then converts them into text. ATMs have it for doing it with checks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try that with a doctor. Try that with a doctor's notes. Yeah.
Handwriting.
Try that.
It's not my fault that Greg's handwriting sucks.
All right.
You're not wrong.
Sophia will thank the professor and head down to Alabian's office, probably as Wade is just leaving.
Okay, so Wade, as
Yeah,
your
Wade's coming in.
no, you,
No
well, you
nonsense. Hi, goodbye. This is what you got, and then us. Thank you. We'll see you later.
You
Like,
really don't like sticking around for much,
Goodbye.
do you?
Although
like,
Sophia
"Goodbye."
will make sure to put the ring back in the envelope and stuff it in her. You know what? She's gonna find Rod and hand it to him
What, are you going to give me the ring?
for safekeeping while she talks to Alabians.
All right.
Wade comes out and he consoles Gon again about being gone.
You were gone so long. Again.
Gone so long. I've been gone so long.
Don't
Sophia
worry,
knocks
Gon.
on.
I always come back. I promise.
Aw, so cute.
You promise? Promise?
I promise. If I don't come back, I am dead.
Alright. That okay.
Sophia knocks on Alabian's door.
Enter.
She opens it and says, there was a professor here who took a leave of absence a couple days ago. I think she was studying some ruins that relate to my personal research. Do you have any idea where she might have been?
Who are you referring to?
This is why I need paper to write stuff down. What was her name again? The professor that was mentioned. There's too many professors going around in my head right now.
It's called notes on the computer.
But I need to have your pretty faces and then the roll 20 up on the other screen. I need another screen.
Shoot out of screens, man.
Solstarny.
Solstarny. I'm just gonna write that in the chat. It was Professor Solstarny.
And you want to know exactly what?
I was hoping for a way to get in contact with her. I think she might be interested in looking at some of my research based on what I saw on hers. And she will open up her research notes and hand them to Alabians.
No, this is very intriguing. It's bears striking resemblance to Halquim Zan's work. Hey, you're right. Solstarny is the most recent accessor of Zan's work in the recent period of time. But I have no idea how to get a hold of her.
That is unfortunate. Do you know where she might have gone on her leave of absence? Do you think maybe she was returning to the ruins?
You behave as if you believe she would talk to me before going on such an expedition.
Perhaps you are colleagues.
Oh, come on. We know all professors hate each other secretly.
One cannot be a colleague of one who is inferior.
Whoa, hey, wait. No, that's not how that word works.
Yeah,
You
that's a
will definitely
subjective
be a
statement.
colleague with someone who's inferior. The entire range of inferiority and superiority is kept within the bounds of your own academia. Colleague means everyone included.
That only exists if you believe that one contributes to the overall achievement of the academic success.
Well, I'm glad you think of your academy as a military.
Well, thank you. I did not mean to offend in any way.
No offense taken or implied. I'm simply confused. If you wish to know more of Halquim Zan, I can potentially provide such information. However, I cannot provide any information regarding the doctor's whereabouts. Your best bet would be to find information regarding the doctor herself.
I think perhaps you might be the best lead I have so far, at least as far as understanding my findings.
Okay, and how can I assist you with this?
I understand Halquim Zan was somewhat of a showboat, but that being said, the
methodology was imperfect, catering to an uneducated reader's lexicon, fetishizing the exotic, and conveying a pathological love of his self-image as an adventurer, likely to earn money or as an elaborate mating ritual. As a result, his work is scientifically wanting, and his conclusions doubtful. Nevertheless, his notes provide enough detail to hypothetically retrace his steps.
wonderful. Do you think you could help me figure out the whereabouts of these ruins so that I could potentially go there. I know I would need some sort of access because the access to the city is outside the city is limited.
I know not about external travel permits. However, I can attempt to get you copies of Zan's original journals.
Thank you. I would very much appreciate that. Here are some copies of the code that I found on this on the computer that was running on the drift rock. It's very, very old, perhaps pre-gap, although that does seem to be a bit fantastical.
If you bear with me, I can find these images for you, these notes for you. It will take me some time to digitize these pages, as they appear to be on a form of communication that does not require a computer, similar to those paper notes you handed me.
Sophia will smile. I suppose I am a bit old-fashioned when it comes to note-taking.
It is obviously Sophia saying that and not Colin.
Yes.
If you come back to me in approximately 8 hours, the process should be completed.
All right. Thank you. Is there somewhere where you'd like me to leave a copy of the code that I found, or no? Just be careful when running it. It has a tendency to try and destroy computers.
I have no need of it. Thank you, though.
All right. Thank you. And she will step out of the office.
Wade has finished wiping away Gon's little rat tears.
They're small, but they're extra salty.
That's not surprising. I don't know if I can't remember if Greg said the ring was magical.
I said it was magical.
You said it was magical? Well, Greg would have told you it was magical.
Yes, he told me, and Sophia said it out loud as well.
Okay. So
And, on
Greg
rings,
doesn't have to read the chat. Rod's probably got a hold of this ring for about 30 seconds before he decides the safest place for it is on one of his fingers.
Okay.
So, make a will save against the Dark Lord Sauron.
Yeah. Your Lethotep possesses your body.
So basically, you have a Mark 1, where is it? Mark 1 Ring of Resistance.
Oh, okay.
Sophia will notice, look at Rod, ask him, so what does it do?
I have no idea. Because it just shores up my weakest save by 1 point.
Yeah. It's not super impressive.
No. All right.
Like so many
I'm going to...
Starfinder.
I don't know. I feel a little more
Shots
clear-headed,
fired again.
I guess. But that might just be the morphine wearing off.
I am going to say, though, that we'll probably call it here at a good progression point. We'll pick it up next week.
Okay.
And yeah, thank you very much to Sirenscape for the soundboard. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Patreon, all sorts of stuff. Will be in the doobly-doo down below. All the Twitters. Thank you very much. Anybody else have anything they want to say before we sign off?
Nope.
I think we're good.
We were outside of Rod's wheelhouse this week, which is totally fine.
Oh, and Spacebook as well. You forgot Spacebook. Facebook and Google Plus.
When talking with floating space brains, always play semantics. They love it.
Oh, yes. Quite definitely. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Enjoy the rest of the week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.